I got you. I got you.
Good afternoon and welcome to your 4 to 5. I'm Lauren Coleman here with Chad Silver. We got Jalen Gilkey and Christian Morgan. As you can see, we're in studio while Maddie and Eric are out having some fun ahead of tonight's game.
And what a day for baseball, right? You got some thunder, some lightning, some rain. We're going to get to the forecast in just a second. But before we do that, you got to know what we're doing in the meantime, right? We got to be on Facebook. I love the Facebook chat.
All in the live chat.
That's like
Everybody loves chat.
One of my favorite parts about coming back to fill in on the 4 to 5 is talking to the folks on Facebook.
They're always going to give you a good laugh.
Yeah, lots
I do
of
appreciate
jokes.
that. Yeah, absolutely.
So make sure you come join us. But before we get into all the fun, as you said, we got to talk about the weather and the chance for those storms. So Christian, is this going to have an impact on tonight's game?
I'll tell you what, guys, the good news is that I do think that we will be able to play ball tonight, not only in Greensboro for the Hoppers, but also out in Winston-Salem for the Winston-Salem Dash, who is also opening their season tonight. Take a look over downtown Greensboro right now. That will give you just a clear picture of what's happening. That camera blowing around in the breeze. We also have some rain, and we also have some lightning with these storms that we've been tracking over the last couple hours. Notice right now, things are moving through the Triad, but things are improving back to the west. I want to zoom in here a little closer and show you the one thing I've been tracking. Now, just a few moments ago, there was a severe thunderstorm warning for Guilford County, Alamance County, as this storm pushed off to the northeast. That no longer is severe, but while it moved through, it was producing some hail, and you can see the hail track that it put down. Really started putting down some hail near the Horsepin Creek Road area, and then it traveled all the way up to Brown Summit, dropping hail. And here's one report of some hail this afternoon, just near Lake Townsend, of about an inch in diameter hail. So that's about nickel-sized hail. So far today, that's the only severe thunderstorm warning that we have had in the Triad. Back on a wider view, as these showers and storms roll through, they're rolling through some very warm and humid air. But back to the west, where it's already been storming, it's mostly just rain. So I think by 6:30, we'll be just fine to play baseball. You can easily tell on the temperature map where it's rained so far. We've already dropped down into the 60s, where we were in the 80s just a couple hours ago, and still in the mid-80s off to the east as well. And notice those dew points. It's really like a summer day, hot and muggy. Again, as we go through the rest of the evening, things will start to quiet down. I think we'll be fine to play baseball by about 6:30 tonight. Things are quiet overnight and for the most part on Wednesday morning. But as we go throughout the afternoon, again tomorrow, we'll have to again watch for some showers and thunderstorms, mainly from about lunchtime until about 3 or 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And again, some of those may be on the strong or severe side. But the good news is that we are clearing things out and heading into much calmer and cooler weather going into the end of the week. Show you that full 7-day forecast coming up.
And the Triad is ready for some baseball once again. We're bringing you coverage ahead of the first pitch tonight. And WFMY News 2's Maddie Gardner joins us live with an update of what this season's going to look like.
Lauren, all you have to say is baseball is back and I am ready. Got my Hopper shirt on. I am smiling under my face mask, but I don't think I'm nearly as excited as President and General Manager of the Hoppers, Donald Moore, who is joining me live. Okay, we're going to pretend that the storm is gone. Actually, our meteorologist just said 6 or 6:30 we should be able to play. Are you excited that we're back here?
Well, I'll be a lot more excited when the weather gets through here and we're ready to play. But yes, we are, and it's been a long time.
Yeah, the last time you guys played here was back in April of last year. So how does it feel finally being able to say that baseball's back in Greensboro?
Well, it feels good, and things are a little different. Obviously, we're standing here with masks, and the seating bowl will be socially distanced, and other things that have come with the environment we're in. But we're all going to survive it, and I think being outdoors and being at a ballpark is a great way to spend a night.
Yeah, and at 30% capacity now, you'll still be able to have 3,300 fans. That's enough to cheer on the Hoppers.
Well, let's put it this way: it's better than nothing, and hopefully things get better and better as the season moves on. And we're looking forward to seeing people, and I think people are ready to get out.
I agree. I think that everyone will be happy once they get here. But what should they be expecting once they arrive?
Well, hopefully the same thing that they've always had here is a nice, clean ballpark with a lot of energy. Nice people waiting on them, and a pretty night once this gets through, and a good baseball game. All
of the fun of the Hoppers games that we have come to know and love. And how about the team this year? They feeling ready?
As far as I know, I don't. I have met the kids, and they all seem like they're ready, and I'm told we have a good team, but time will tell.
Yeah, and I have to tell you, earlier today we stopped by the ballpark, and I got to meet the dog, little Jackie Robinson.
Yeah, little Jackie. Actually, little Jackie's at home right now. She won't be out here. The health department asked that we not leave the dogs at home. So I have little Jackie, and then we have a puppy, little Willie May. So we're trying to keep the tradition going, but right now we're just in a little bit of a holding pattern.
We will keep our fingers crossed that we will see both of them later on this season. We'll be able to pack this ballpark soon. Thank you so much for talking with us today.
All right, thank you.
All right, guys, so we are keeping our fingers crossed that all this rain goes away, but you know what? You can't rain on our parade, and you can't rain out a Hoppers game, we hope.
We're all keeping our fingers crossed. Thanks, Maddie. We saw a nice drop in our new coronavirus cases today. Check out the numbers. The state says it learned of 981 new cases in the past 24 hours. While it sounds like a lot, it's actually the lowest number we've seen in nearly a month. The next lowest day was back on April 6th, when the state reported 870 new cases. This is also significant over the long term. Listen to this. There have only been 4 times in the past 7 months that the daily number of new cases was below 1,000. I consider that a win.
And the U.S. Food and Drug Administration could authorize the Pfizer vaccine for kids ages 12 to 15 by next week. The FDA will need to hold a vaccine advisory committee meeting to recommend the shot for younger kids first. After that, it will be up to the CDC to adopt the committee's recommendation. If approved, this would help kids get vaccinated ahead of the school year this fall. And in studies so far, kids have reported similar side effects to the vaccine as adults.
All right, get your resume ready. 18 local school districts are teaming up to fill open positions for the next school year.
Yeah, and today and tomorrow, human resource professionals from the school districts are hosting a virtual information session which will explain the kind of jobs that they have available. So some of the participating districts include Guilford and Rockingham County Schools, Winston-Salem, Forsyth County Schools, and the Alamance-Burlington School System. I spoke with Angela Martin, the beginning teacher coordinator for Rockingham County Schools. She says the districts are looking to hire those without a 4-year degree and those with 4-year degrees.
We have a wide variety of needs in all of our systems, and this information fair is just really to help people get a better understanding of what it might take to switch careers and whether this is something that they might be interested in.
The information sessions will include breakout sessions for careers in transportation, school nutrition, social work, school administration, and much more.
So there are many career opportunities with the public school system. And so we are in constant need of bus drivers, of teacher assistants, of child nutrition workers.
So if you missed today's session, tomorrow's session will be from noon to 1 p.m. And Martin tells me those sessions will eventually be posted online for those who were not able to attend. For information on how to register, go to our website. We'll be right back. Stick with us.
Hey there, people. Alrighty, well.
Hey.
I just heard some people at the ballpark. Are they on here too, Brad?
I'm going to wait until, I'm going to not bring that in. So you don't have to.
I hope you all are staying dry
hello.
out there.
So far, we are lucky. Hello, Facebook.
Eric Chilton says hi. He's busy getting stuff done right now, so he can only say hello. He can't type it, but just know that he is here in spirit with us.
Eric, you get any
I'm here
you
in
get any
spirit.
swings in batting practice today?
No, are you kidding? They wouldn't let me out there. They know better than that. Hey, they still have the tarp, by the way. They're getting ready to roll that back up here in just a little bit.
That's always.
Well, the game, I mean, obviously we think that the rain may be tapering off a little bit into what normal game time, but not that bad.
Got the News 2 logo in the background.
Oh, sweet. They need to kind of redo that crap.
Welcome back to the 4 to 5. You know, you can't have baseball and not talk about food. You got to have food. It's part of the whole experience, right? And everybody was wondering too, okay, so the games, you know, it's going to be a little bit different. You heard Maddie and the general manager and president, Donald Moore, talk a little bit about that. But what about food and beverage? What does that mean? That's where my heart is. I had to find this out. So I spoke with Donald Moore about what's going to be different about the food and beverage service, or will there be that much different? Take a look.
Well, our food and beverage operation has changed for the standpoint of we somewhat streamlined it to make things simpler and make things faster. You know, we're also having to social distance our employees, which means we can't have as many points of sale open as we'd like to. And therefore, we've tried to make our menu very simple.
So the bottom line here is, yes, you're going to have food and beverage. They may do it a little bit differently, but it was interesting because I spoke with him about, I said, well, so how's the menu look? What are things going to be like? And he said, you know what? There are staples when it comes to ballpark food that will never go away, and they're going to be here. Listen to this.
Probably 80% of what you sell is hot dogs, bottled water, beer, soda, peanuts, and popcorn. And but in addition to that, we've got, you know, other things as well. But I mean, that's your staple of ballpark food.
I mean, that's the bottom line. All the normal stuff that you come here for, it will be here.
Check it
Maddie
out.
Gardner, yes.
Y'all are so lucky.
Good tight shot of that. Well, you're lucky that this made it through the live shot because I was this close.
Okay, make sure you bring me back one.
Well, okay, so what is your favorite ballpark food?
Oh, it's got to be a hot dog, for
Yeah,
sure. I
me
mean,
too.
hands down.
And I have to put hot sauce on my hot dogs too, so yes.
Yeah, and I think what people really should know is that they're not getting rid of the Thirsty Thursday or the $2 Tuesday that you've experienced here in the past at First National Bank Field. It will still be here.
That's
we got
right.
confirmation of that today. So when it comes to refreshments, they definitely have you covered.
They got you covered. And this Thursday would be one.
Yeah.
So there you go, home game this Thursday.
What about you?
I love the popcorn. I'm a
Okay.
popcorn girl, and I really like nachos as well. Is that on the simple menu?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I love
There
the
you go.
nachos. What about you?
All about the hot dog too, sometimes the hamburgers. I'm a Dippin' Dots guy too, so if it's super hot, I'll get the Dippin' Dots. And Eric, you know, we were talking about how things look differently. It's hard to look past the fact that there is a brand new building behind the stadium this year. That wasn't completed 2 years ago, and now it looks so different.
And it's so, Maddie and I were talking about, it's so cool that the apartment complex part of it over here has a pool on the top level, and then the hotel also has their pool right over here. Because can you imagine going, hanging out in the pool and watching a game? That would be awesome.
I think that this is obviously a 4 to 5 on the road today, but think about being a 4 to 5 on the road in the pool on the top of Carroll at Belmead for a Hoppers game.
I mean, that is Chad Silver.
Perfect.
That is like your assignment. No one else can do that.
Party man. Party man.
I'll be your assistant. I want to be out in the field for that
Yeah,
one.
you guys will be here, and we're
and
going to
we'll be out there chilling on the rooftop.
Thanks for joining us. Oh wait, we're going to go to break. We're going to have some Facebook fun, and
come
we'll be
join
right
us.
back.
Make sure y'all bring us back some food.
Hot dogs. Get your hot dogs here.
All right, Facebook. Facebook, what toppings do you like on your hot dog? I'm loaded up, fully loaded. No chili though, no chili. Well, I guess it just depends on the day. But I like it fully loaded. Goodness gracious. I'm hungry now. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate it.
Jalen, would you rather have a chili cheese dog or a Chicago style dog?
Chicago every time. You can give me 10 Chicago style hot dogs. They'll be gone in 15 minutes max.
What makes it Chicago style?
So it's
sport
got
pepper,
you gotta have a sport pepper.
tomato,
not ketchup.
dill pickle spear, chopped onions, a little relish, a little celery salt, and it's got to have poppy seed on the bun.
Yep.
Okay.
That's
So
exactly it right there.
so
That
what's
is Chicago
the,
style.
The North Carolina style.
That's chili and slaw.
And onions.
And you could do onions. Some people do cheese, so.
Yeah. So, some variation of those four there.
But I pretty much like anything except sauerkraut.
Yeah, I'm not a sauerkraut guy. I don't understand the purpose.
All right, welcome back to you 4 to 5. Keeping a check on the weather. First, I want to show you something that really is quite impressive to me. As we've gone throughout the day, yes, we were really warm early on, but now it's kind of cool after those storms and that rain has moved through. Take a look at this. Our temperatures at about 12:30 this afternoon were in the upper 70s. We warmed things up to about 82 or 83 degrees, but then once that rain and that batch of storms moved through, notice how quickly we dropped down to 68 degrees in Greensboro, about a 14 or 15 degree temperature drop, which is really impressive for this time of the year. Taking a look at the radar, showing you what's going on right now. Thankfully, things are starting to weaken and starting to break up a bit over the Triad. So we've had some torrential rain and some gusty winds, even quite a bit of lightning in these storms as they've moved through today. But if you notice on this live radar view, things are really kind of breaking up now. Still this storm just in the southeastern corner of Rockingham County moving into Caswell County still has a bit of lightning in it, but things are pretty much quiet and quieting down across the Triad. Greensboro, Winston, High Point, Burlington. Most of you are all in the clear. Just some lingering rain for the next hour or so. Notice back to the west on a wider view of the radar. This is where it's already stormed today and where it's already rained quite a bit. So as these storms move into that more stable air, they really weaken down quite a bit. So I think for the next hour or so, the only thing we're really going to be dealing with is some lingering rainfall that's just kind of pesky. But by about 6:30, I think we'll be just fine to play baseball across the Triad tonight. Warm and muggy air streaming in from the south. That really acts like fuel for any thunderstorms that try to form as we go throughout the afternoon. Going into your Wednesday, cold front starts to work its way toward us and will eventually cross us in the afternoon. So we're just kind of rinse and repeat for Wednesday. Most of the morning is dry, but as we go through the lunchtime hour and through the early afternoon, we'll yet again need to watch for the chance of some scattered thunderstorms. Going into Thursday, high pressure will start to build back in from the north. That brings in cooler air and also much calmer weather as we end the week and head into the weekend. Let me show you how Futurecast plays this out. Again, some lingering rainfall through the rest of the next hour or two, and then things are pretty quiet overnight and for the morning hours on your Wednesday. There will be some sun, there will be some clouds early on tomorrow, but then again, as we go throughout the lunchtime hour and through the afternoon, we'll need to watch for some scattered thunderstorms, and some of those could be on the strong or severe side again. So I know what we're all waiting for tonight. For baseball, the Greensboro Grasshoppers kick off their season against the Hickory Crawdads at 6:30 tonight. The storms will be ending, the rain will be moving out, and I think we'll be just fine to play baseball. Temperatures should rebound a bit back into the mid-70s by game time. And same thing for our folks over in Winston-Salem for the Dash, kicking off their series. Tonight, not going to be all that cool. Temperatures will drop down into the mid-60s while we hold on to some of that cloud cover. Your Wednesday is kind of a mixed bag. Quiet in the morning, watching the midday in the afternoon, and then we're clearing things out as we go into the evening hours. Overall, again, our severe weather threat is going to be low, but if any of those storms get strong or severe, we'll need to watch again for a damaging wind concern or the possibility of some hail. Going into the end of the week, Thursday and Friday, just a low chance for a few showers. Temperatures in the upper 60s to near 70. Nice weekend ahead.
No doubt there's a lot of excitement for the return of baseball. There's a lot of baseball history in our area. WFMY News 2 photojournalist Sean Higgins looks back at more than 100 years of baseball history right here in Greensboro.
Greensboro might be known as Tournament Town after hosting multiple NCAA and ACC tournament games and championships, but baseball is Greensboro's first true love. Professional baseball in Greensboro dates all the way back to 1902 when the Greensboro Farmers joined the North Carolina League. In 1930, the Greensboro Patriots affiliated with a major league team for the first time, partnering with the St. Louis Cardinals and playing their first game at War Memorial Stadium. For 29 of the next 38 years, professional baseball was played in Greensboro. As the team affiliated with major franchises like the Cubs, Red Sox, and Yankees, they also won championships and hosted all-star games. After a 10-year absence, baseball returned to War Memorial Stadium in the summer of 1979 with the Greensboro Hornets. The Hornets became the Bats in 1994, and in 2005 they moved to their current home at First National Bank Field in the heart of downtown and changed their mascot once again to the Grasshoppers. Multiple Hall of Famers, All-Stars, and World Champions have made Greensboro their temporary home over the last 119 years. Legendary Yankees Mariano Rivera and Derek Jeter played for the Hornets in the early 90s, and current Yankee star Giancarlo Stanton played for the Hoppers during a tremendous 2008 season. 2018 NL MVP Christian Yelich spent the 2011 season in Greensboro, and Jose Fernandez, the young Miami Marlins pitcher whose life ended tragically too soon in 2016, spent half a season on the Grasshopper squad on his way to winning the Minor League Pitcher of the Year award. No failed league, world war, or even global pandemic can keep professional baseball out of Greensboro, because before too long, the crack of a bat echoes through the city again.
Mic check 1, 2. Mic check 4 to 5. Mic check I can swim camp. Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4. Mic check.
Hello, 4 to 5 family.
Do do do.
Thank you.
Oh, hey there. Is this your first time?
Yeah, I've heard of the ham, but every aspect of everything, they're just like, go here, Brian. I'm like, okay.
But so is this your first time, before pandemic, being in here?
Oh yeah, because I was in the studio yesterday, Studio 2. So
okay. Because you were here, this was like where you lived.
My domain.
Yeah.
Yeah, the video they sent me were here.
Yeah.
Last time I remember Brian in the studio for the 4 to 5, he was over there near that table. We had the movie and we had our big round table in the middle.
Ah, yes. Facebook, say hello to Brian. I know that you know him, but he's back in the building.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Now, this is not permanent, or is it permanent? Being back in the building?
Mondays and Tuesdays, I'll be here on set with you guys, and then I'll do digital for the rest of the week. So.
Oh, you don't like us the rest of the week?
I love you guys. Come on now.
Is it weird to be back in the building?
You know what? It is, because before I came back to the building, my wife was pregnant, and then I come back and my daughter's almost 1. And then seeing you guys and where everybody's positioned now, I'm like totally on the other side of where I was actually sitting at. So it's adjustments.
That's wild. Slowly but surely, everybody's coming back.
A year went by that fast.
I know. Okay, so first of all here, Brian, I'm going to introduce your story.
So I'm not even...
Correct, at the beginning, yeah. And then we'll move you in during the story here.
Got it.
We all know the importance of learning how to swim, but besides the need to learn, it's also so much fun. WFMY News 2's Brian Bennett heard about an organization looking for volunteers to help kids with disabilities learn how to swim.
First things first, tell me all about the I Can Swim program and what it entails.
I Can Swim Camp is a 5-day formatted camp for anyone ages 3 and older that has a disability to come to learn how to swim. And how to swim is defined very individually. So it really starts with the camper's place where they enter camp, and there's huge progress made in a short amount of time.
On your site, you expressed that teaching children with disabilities to swim isn't just a good idea, but it's actually essential. Can you expound on that?
Well, the basis of camp, of course, is basic water safety. So, being in a tub, being in a shower, being with your family at a friend's house, around the lake, at the ocean, at the beach, at a neighbor's pool. If your child isn't water conscious and isn't water safety, it's not a fun place for your family to go. And that happens disproportionately in families that have a child with a disability.
I see you guys are looking for volunteers to actually help with this effort. What kind of characteristics are you guys looking for, and what can they expect from the orientation?
Volunteers make this program go. Volunteers need to be ages 15 or older. They need to be able to commit to the same timeline for camp. Orientation helps you understand ways to aid your camper that you're assigned to, and it also helps you understand how to assist your camper in the water. Most of them are teenagers and want service learning hours, and that's maybe how they get there. But when they leave, they realize that the person they helped is just like them and just wants to have more fun in the water. The volunteers always leave feeling more enriched and more connected with everybody around them.
Yeah, guys, and that's what I really love. Like she said, the teens come in, they think they're just going to get volunteer hours, and then they're sucked in, and they can't, just believe how much of an impact that they're truly having. And that's what it's all about. If you're interested in being a volunteer, you can log on to WFMYnews2.com after the show. So, what do you guys think about this program?
I think it's great. I have very, vivid memories of learning how to swim when I was a child, and I remember going into it, I was very nervous, and I almost didn't want to do it, but my parents said, no, you have to learn how to swim. And by the end of the training, I loved it, and I loved to be able to swim. So, like I said at the beginning of your story, while it's so important that we learn how to swim because we need to learn, it's also such a fun time.
Yeah.
And to be able to share that with everybody of all abilities, I think is very important.
I agree with that. Swimming is so important. My parents did put me in classes when I was young, but I was actually so nervous I begged them to take me out of classes.
Right.
So I wish they made me continue to do it. And like you said, it's not just about having fun, but it is about being safe as well. So I'm glad that they have a class like this for a particular group of kids.
Right, definitely. And the question is, can you guys still swim now? Because that was a long time ago. So.
Well, I can't swim.
I can swim. I can swim, yeah.
I could take some classes.
I got you.
All right, well, we're going to be headed over to Facebook now. So we will see you there, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. This is your 4 to 5. Welcome back, Ryan Bennett.
Thank you, Chad.
I feel like Tanya.
I had one. Come on.
Mic check. Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's the top of the 430, isn't it?
Hello. I am trying to get my IFB untangled, and I will do that as soon as I can. Ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie. I cannot hear you. They forever go together like a classic combination. When a dark, delicious cookie meets an icy cold sensation, I still can't hear you, just so you know. Come on, IFB, really? Wow, what is going on with this?
Zip line.
Yeah.
Well, good afternoon. I'm Lauren Coleman. We're here with Chad Silver. We have Jalen Gilkey, Christian Morgan again. We're here in the studio while Maddie and Eric are out having some fun ahead of tonight's game. So we'll check in with them a little later.
There's just something. There's just something in the air today. I'm just really excited. I got my green tie on for the Hoppers. I just love baseball season, and the fact that we just didn't have it last year. I mean, to do it this year is. I mean, I'm pumped. I wish I was out there with them.
Yeah.
Man, I can't tell you, and I can't even begin to explain how jealous I am that I'm not out there with my good buddies Maddie and Eric. Just got to get this weather up out of here, and then we can play some baseball.
Definitely.
I saw the Greensboro Grasshoppers tweeting this morning that it's been over 600 days since they played baseball downtown.
Wow.
So it's been a long time coming.
Well, we're going to go on to Facebook here in just a little bit, but Lauren, we got to get to the weather.
Well,
probably.
we got to get to the weather. Hopefully some good news, Christian. These storms are going to pass through.
That's right, guys. We had a busy afternoon, but there is sunshine to be had. It's trying so hard to come out. Take a look over downtown Greensboro right now, and you can see kind of on the right side of your screen as those clouds start to pull away, there is some clearing trying to happen back to the west, and eventually that will happen. Let me show you what's going on the radar right now. Again, a busy afternoon of weather, but these storms really starting to push east, and now we're kind of left with this nagging, lingering rain for the next couple hours or so. Zooming in on a closer view, there's some heavier rain in the northeastern part of Guilford County, but really a batch of more steady and heavy rain down to our southwest. And this is being a little more persistent as it tracks off to the northeast. So I still think we have a couple hours of this lingering rain to go before things are all said and done. But for the storm threat, most of that is now out of here as we go throughout the rest of the evening, and that's good news. Taking a look back to the west on a wider view of the radar, you can see still some light rain back in the foothills and in the mountains. That eventually will cross across the Piedmont, and I think we'll start to dry things out as we go into the evening hours. Things are quiet overnight going into your Wednesday. The morning hours should be just fine tomorrow, but as we go through lunchtime and through the early afternoon, yet again, we'll need to watch for the chance of some scattered thunderstorms as a cold front moves through the area. Tonight, by game time, Grasshoppers kicking off at 6:30 downtown Greensboro. The rain should start to be coming to an end. I think we will be able to play ball not only in Greensboro, but also over in Winston-Salem for the Winston-Salem Dash, who are also kicking off their season tonight. There's your planner for Wednesday. Sun and clouds in the morning. We'll watch for storms through midday and early afternoon. Things start to clear out going into the evening hours, and better weather is ahead to end the week. I'll show you that 7-day forecast in a couple minutes.
Christian, that is music to all of our ears because the Hoppers are set to take on Hickory starting at 6:30 tonight. It is opening day and the first time that they've played here in Greensboro in 614 days. You know, the game is still on for now, but there are a few things you need to know before you come out here. You know, we have to go over the ground rules before we can have all of the fun. So I caught up with President and General Manager of the Grasshoppers earlier today.
Per the current guidelines, as we interpret them, we will have 30% of the fire marshal's posted occupancy, which is right inside the door, which would mean 3,300 people. We have set up the seating bowl such that tickets are available in groups of 2 or 4, and then those are 6 feet or more away from the closest people to you. So we're adhering to the 6-foot social distancing guidelines per North Carolina, the capacity per North Carolina, and then per Major League Baseball and actually per the state as well, all patrons, if they're not actively eating or drinking, are required to wear a mask.
Now, you may be wondering about that last part, mask wearing, because baseball is outside. But remember, the governor's order says masks aren't required unless you're at a large gathering, and a baseball game is just that. Plus, in the ballpark, the Hoppers and the fans will need to follow rules set forth by Major League Baseball. So at times, those may differ from state guidance. And also keep in mind social distancing when you're waiting on the restroom or the concession stand. They want you to remember to be 6 feet apart. By the way, tickets are being sold in groups of 2 or 4 to keep everyone spaced out, and there are player safety buffer zones, so some of the front rows may be restricted. But I also want you to take a look at this. We're up here in the party deck area, but as you can see, the seats are spaced off, 4 seats, and then these are restricted. You'll see zip ties around those so no one can sit in there. So they're really doing everything they can to make sure people are spaced out, to make sure people are safe. They're also doing some extra cleaning around the ballpark, and they're getting ready for tonight. You can see the tarp is over the field. We're hoping that the rain passes by here so the Hoppers can play ball starting at 6:30.
And it's coming up quickly. Thanks, Maddie. All right, let's get to your 4 to 5 roundup now. First up tonight, Greensboro City Council will consider economic incentives for a kids' clothing company to expand here. Lollytogs says it's considering Greensboro to establish a new warehouse and distribution center. The company wants $1.6 million in incentives. If approved, it would create 116 new jobs. Meantime, Mebane City Council approved incentives for Lotus Bakeries last night. City leaders approved $600,000 in grants and another $100,000 for other expenses. Lotus Bakery will invest $60 million and create 86 new jobs. And big news for Broadway fans, Hamilton is coming to Greensboro. The city says the show at the Tanger Center will run from April 6th to the 24th of next year. Despite premiering in 2015, Hamilton ranks just outside the top 10 of highest grossing Broadway musicals of all time. Tickets will go on sale at a future date.
Excited for Hamilton. Well, earlier today, the Grandover Village Shopping Center crews broke ground for Greensboro's newest Chick-fil-A. The new location is exciting, but what tops that is the owner's story about opening up this new franchise. WFMY News 2's Jalen Gilkey went to check it all out, and he joins us with more.
And what a story it is for Andrew White and his family. They're super excited to be back home. After 5 years in the Midwest, this Ragsdale High alum and his family are headed back to where it all started, from working at the Wendover Chick-fil-A as a teen to seeing his dream become his reality.
It's surreal. I mean, it truly is a homecoming. You know, when we left in 2015 and moved to Wisconsin, we didn't think there was a chance to come back to North Carolina. Although we had that desire and we loved that idea, we just didn't think it was going to be possible.
Andrew White started working at the Wendover Chick-fil-A at the age of 16, and it didn't take long before he knew he wanted to stick with the company for life.
So my Chick-fil-A career began in April 2006 for operator Ed Ayers. He hired me on when I was 16 years old. And a month into it, I knew I wanted to be a Chick-fil-A owner-operator.
And that's exactly what Andrew has done. He has been the owner-operator of a Chick-fil-A in Iowa City since 2018. But starting June 2021, he will be the operator of his hometown Greensboro, North Carolina's newest Chick-fil-A.
I think my encouragement to everybody would be just pursue your dreams, you know, and truly anything is possible.
As of right now, the plan is to have this new location open up in June. No exact date as of now, but I know our director Brad Lowry is pumped to have a new Chick-fil-A coming to town.
I'm sure Christian Morgan's excited too.
I mean, what a great story, you know, just, you know, started from the bottom and now we're
here,
right? Yeah. I mean, you know, such a great story that, you know, started as a teenager working at a different Chick-fil-A, and then, you know, you realize your dreams and you go and pursue them.
Yeah, and it was great. Mr. Ed and all the other operators from the Triad were also there in support of Andrew and his family. It was just kind of a full circle moment for him. He got a little emotional, which is very understood because, like he said, this has been his dream since he was 16.
Yeah, and as you said, full circle moment, and to think he started when he's 16 and now he's going to be running this operation, so he knows the ins and outs of everything. He's worked behind the counter, now he knows the leadership roles, and I'm sure he's gotten a lot of great mentors along the way as well.
Absolutely, and the Chick-fil-A operator community is one, like I saw today, that truly comes together and supports each other. He was GM out at a Chick-fil-A out in Raleigh as well. He's been all across, like he went to school, and then when he finished school at NC State, he went right to Raleigh. He was GM there, and he's been on it ever since. And today's the day. Well, not technically today, but we're close.
It was an important day today. You know, I haven't been over to Grandover Village in a while, but it looks like it's really starting to blow up out there.
Oh man, it's blowing up. They're right in the parking lot, right in front of Publix. They share parking lot with Publix. They got a new apartment complex going up behind the Publix as well. Got a couple other shops in the little strip there. It's just continuing to grow and grow as our city expands.
Can't wait to make my way over there.
Right, absolutely. Head over to Jamestown. We'll be right back.
Facebook
and baseball.
Facebook and baseball, that's what we got for you today.
Ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie, they forever go together like a classic combination.
Oh, I am looking forward to that new Chick-fil-A.
Me too.
That Publix was one. If it wasn't the first, it's one of the first in the Triad. And so when I used to live in Florida, I loved going to Publix.
They have the
They
best.
have good fried chicken.
They got the best fresh fruit.
They have a lot of really good
I had
stuff.
I had a Publix sub for lunch today. I'm not gonna lie.
Really? Which one?
I just had turkey on the wheat. It was just great.
So in Florida, we call it a pub sub.
Yep, that's what I had.
And,
you know, I should have got the chicken tender sub.
Okay.
Woo.
You have to get buffalo chicken tender sub.
Yeah, come on, bro. I got it. I do the sauce on the side though.
Oh, okay.
It's too messy all on there. But
yeah.
come on, we're on the same. We're on the same wavelength.
And it's so huge that you can do it in 2 meals. Like you can,
Yeah.
and knowing you know, you got a stomach like mine.
There it is.
A bottomless pit. You
Yes,
can
sir.
do like a half of it and you're fine.
Absolutely. I still got the other half in the fridge, but it's not gonna make it past the night.
Well, of course, yeah.
I might get to it right now.
All right.
All right, Facebook. Our producer doesn't love me, and I have to go. Bye-bye. See you later.
Facebook, tell us what do you like about Chick-fil-A, Facebook? Tell us what you like about Chick-fil-A. We were saying earlier that every experience, 50.
Well, Chad, you know, it can sometimes be the small things that hold our big lives back.
Right, and today on U Day, Coach Lamont helps us recognize those small things so we can break free from their grip.
A man passing by a herd of elephants was shocked when he noticed that these huge creatures were being held by a small rope tied to their front leg. Now, we know it's obvious that at any time these elephants could break free, but they didn't. Asking the trainer why these animals made no attempt to get away, the trainer replied, "When they were young and much smaller, we used the same size rope to tie them. And at that age, it's enough to hold them in place. As they grew up, they are conditioned to believe that the rope can still hold them, so they never make an attempt to break free. Now I declare over your life that the small things that once held you down will no longer hold you powerless. Never again will you become conditioned to anything. This is a new season over your life, so break free and live." This is Coach Lamont reminding you to have your best U Day. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, weather-wise across the Triad, we've had a bit of a busy afternoon of weather, but things are starting to calm down a bit now as we go into the late afternoon. First, before we get a radar check, I want to show you something that's really impressive to me, and maybe you'll find it interesting as well. What I've done is lay our past radar over our temperature map. Notice at about lunchtime, before the rain arrived, we warmed it up into the upper 70s, eventually making it to about 82 or 83 degrees just before the storms and the rain arrived. Now watch what happens as all those storms and rain arrive. We dropped our temperatures back to 68 degrees for about a 14 or 15 degree temperature drop, which is really quite impressive. And notice we're still sitting in the upper 60s in Greensboro now, but some of the areas back to the west where it has been raining for the last little bit have started to recover as far as temperatures into the 70s, but still well into the mid 80s further off to the east as those rain and storms haven't quite made it there yet. And you might have noticed it really feels like a summer day of weather outside. Not only has it been warm, but it's also been very humid as well, with our dew points in the upper 60s to near 70. That's pretty typical of what we see in late June and July. Of course, taking a look at a live view over the Triad right now, you see some sunshine and some clearing trying to break out over downtown Greensboro right now, and eventually I think that will win out. But taking a look at the radar right now, the rain and the storms, the more dangerous stuff with a ton of lightning is now well to our east. What we're left with at this moment is just kind of some lingering and nagging rain. And what I'm watching is this area of more steady and heavy rain down to our southwest. I still think it's got about an hour or so to go before it crosses the area. As far as the storm concern goes, I think we're mostly out of the woods. I am keeping an eye on this storm just on the Randolph County and Montgomery County line, just north of El Dorado, moving into Seagrove over the next 15 or 20 minutes. There's some torrential rain and some lightning with that. So if you live in those areas, you want to be on guard until that storm passes you. But at the moment, nothing is severe. If we zoom things out on a wider view view on the radar, you can still see there's some light rain back to the west, but really the storm threat is pretty much done for us here in the Triad. Setup is like this. We have warm and muggy air moving in from the south. That really acts as thunderstorm fuel as that area of low pressure swings by. Now going into Wednesday, this cold front is going to get closer to us, and yet again in the afternoon we'll need to watch for some scattered showers and some thunderstorms. Again, some of those could be a little bit bumpy or be even on the strong or severe side. By about 4 or 5 o'clock, I think we're done with that tomorrow evening. Tonight for baseball, the rain should be clearing out. I think we'll have a nice evening for baseball eventually, with temperatures in the 70s around first pitch downtown Greensboro. Going into the end of the week, there's much better news weather-wise. Things are much calmer, and we even cool down a bit. Upper 60s to near 70 for Thursday and Friday with a low storm chance. Dry weekend, low 70s on Saturday, near 80 on Sunday.
It's Two Wants to Know game show time. Here we go. Okay, I know you people remember Jenny from the 80s. Tommy Two-Tone, right? Sang about her. Are we getting your...
Jenny, don't you change your number.
Yeah. Okay, so what?
Do we say the number?
What was her number? Do you know what her number is?
867-5309.
Friends, let's see it. It, in fact, is 867-5309.
That's right. What was the area code then?
Okay, so here's the thing. Well, and that was a whole nother issue, but here's the thing. If you have a phone number or you have an email address, it would be a real pain in the neck to switch it, wouldn't it?
It would. I've had the same cell number since I was 13.
Right, so that's how people know how to get in touch with you, which is the issue that a Two Wants to Know viewer asked about. Kathy writes, can an internet provider legally disable your email account when service is canceled? I have had my email account before there even was a Spectrum. Well, the short answer, Kathy, is yes, they can. It's legal for broadband companies to do that because it's their email service. That said, the New York Times recently did a story on this and found some internet service providers like AT&T and Comcast do allow you to keep your email address even after you cancel service. But here's the big Two Wants to Know takeaway from all of this. What you really need to do is pick an email service for your main address. This way, no matter what internet service you use, you always have the exact same email address. So what I'm talking about for email services, I'm talking about Gmail, I'm talking about Outlook, I'm talking about iCloud. Each one has a few tidbits though that you should know about them. Like Gmail, for example, owned by Google of course, is known to collect a whole lot of user data. And iCloud only offers 5 gigs of storage for free, the rest you have to pay for. Now, once you pick your new service, you're going to want to bring over your old emails, which is a process. You'll want to forward messages from your old address to the new one. We found several resources to help you do that. The step-by-step process is in the Two Wants to Know section. We'll be right back.
Have you spent much time at a minor league baseball park?
Hey Facebook, sorry that I'm not talking to you, but I just found out that Regal Cinemas is opening on Friday at Friendly Shopping Center. So I'm trying to send this out to the newsroom so we can get it into a newscast.
That's exciting. When was the last time you went to a movie theater?
Oh, I don't really go to movies at movie theaters. Yeah, I figured I always have to get like a huge popcorn and a candy or like a Slurpee, and it's just like it gets out of control.
You just need big pockets.
I'm just out of control when it comes to that. So, but I don't really watch a ton of movies in general.
Oh, okay. I love the movies. I like to go to the luxury ones that have the reclining chairs.
Oh.
You know, put a little blanket in my bag.
And
Yeah, I'm here. Check, check. 1, 2. Hello, hello.
Send. All right, sorry, they had to go check something. You can blame it on Brad. Blame it on the Bradster for taking us away. But there he's pointing. He's pointing at someone else. It's always someone else's fault. Hey, when you point at someone, there are 3 fingers pointed back at you. Isn't that the truth? That's why you just point like this with just like a straight, like all your fingers straight. Hey, there's Brett. Brett is our other director.
Oh, you were asking earlier what people like about Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah, did anybody respond? Did you all respond, Facebook?
I like that the employees always like make me feel good when I leave.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
If you spend much time at a minor league baseball park, you know how much fun they can be. But one Triad family has centered themselves around the sport. Eric Chilton spoke with Jill McMillian about her family's love affair with baseball.
So Jill, everybody's excited, right, about the Hoppers game, but you guys take this to a whole different level. Tell me about your history with the local baseball teams here.
Well, we've made it to just about every opening day. We can't come tonight, but we've made it to just about every opening day, even sat through rain delays on many occasions to make it to Grasshoppers opening game. It's just, baseball runs deep in our family, so any chance we can get to a live game, we're going to make it.
Now, you said you've been taking, and your kids are how old now, but you've been taking them since they were almost newborns.
Yeah, my son is 5, and I mean, we can't even count the number of baseball games he's made it to. My daughter's 19 months, so unfortunately with the pandemic, she missed all of last season, so we're excited to get her to her first live baseball game besides her brother's t-ball game.
What do you think it is about minor league and local baseball that draws you guys in so much?
It's just the atmosphere. It's so much fun. There's always things to do for the kids. It's a great family event to go to. Plus the adults can enjoy some adult time as well. But our minor league teams around here, especially with the Dash and the Grasshoppers, they really just pull the fans in.
So the tie between you two, you and your husband, I mean, that's also rooted in baseball. How does that work?
Yeah, so even in our first conversations, he came to light that he played in the Little League World Series when he was a kid. My family are all big into baseball. My dad and my brother both played college baseball. My whole life has been revolved around baseball too. So when we could have that connection, and one of our first trips away together was to go to Atlanta to see the Braves play. So we've always had baseball as kind of the connector between us.
Well, I know you guys are excited. It's back, so we can all cheer together. Thanks for taking time out, Jill.
What a great family tradition. I also want to point out, so we had some technical difficulties. Eric Chilton was supposed to intro that story and talk with us about it, but I want to apologize because I believe I said her name wrong. Her name is Jill McMillian, so I just wanted to make sure I cleared that up. But what a great family tradition, and it just kind of, just runs the gamut.
Grows and grows. I mean, baseball is a great way to tie families together. It's quality time. We're always on our phones. We're always on virtual meetings. Get out the house. Have some fresh air, some entertainment.
And I love that people will be able to do that today.
Yes.
It has been so long, more than 600 days since a baseball game was played at the stadium in downtown Greensboro.
Wow.
I mean, that is a long, it has been so long that the cityscape behind it has changed. There's that big apartment complex that's right behind the scoreboard, but then also First National Bank has built that mini skyscraper right next to it on the other side.
Yeah, you do a before and after photo and it'll look completely different.
It's going to look so different.
And hopefully, this rain passes through so they can really enjoy, for folks going out tonight can enjoy it.
Absolutely. We're going to have an update on the forecast coming up at 5. So we will see you in just a couple of minutes.
See you soon. Tim Buckley joins us. Tim, what should we expect? Chief Meteorologist Tim Buckley joins us now. Tim, what should we expect for the rest of the evening?
I'm sorry. Hello, 123 456 123 456. Say it again.
Hi there, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire.
Gotta be in the room where it happens.
Hey guys, mic check. Funny story. I heard Chad's mic check from a few minutes ago about you point at someone, you have 3 fingers pointing back at you. And funny story is I'll never forget that because my hockey coach yelled at us in the locker room.
ELC, when that goes away, we will be able to hear commercials again or no?
Oh, ELC's never going away.
Hey, mic check. What am I on? 1 2 1 2 3. Hello, hello. Check, check.
It's time for my 2 cents. Today is National Teacher Appreciation Day, and this week is National Teacher Appreciation Week. It's a week to celebrate the hard work and dedication of teachers across the country. Educators play a critical role in helping to shape the lives of our children. Throughout my life, I've been blessed to have teachers who taught me not only how to read, write, or do math, but how to be a leader and how to make a difference. The National Education Association says this year, during a triple threat of a global pandemic, economic crisis, and racial and social inequities, teachers have gone above and beyond to ensure students have the tools and resources to succeed. Switching back and forth between virtual and in-person learning, it's been a very unpredictable school year. But our teachers continue to step up to the plate and find ways to keep students engaged. So this week during National Teacher Appreciation Week, let's honor our teachers. Waterford.org lists 51 ways you can celebrate. You can send your teacher a gift card for food or classroom supplies. Teacher Appreciation Week is a week to also celebrate all school staff members. Give a card to your bus driver, school secretary, principal, or cafeteria worker. Though this week will be filled with thank you ceremonies and gifts for teachers, let's not let today be the only day we say thank you, because teachers make an impact each and every day. That's my 2 cents. That's your 4 to 5. WFMY News 2 at 5 starts now.
Well, check this out. Listen to hail comes down this afternoon in Brown Summit as strong storms move through the Piedmont Triad. So where are those storms